Hi and welcome to MKB Life Coach podcast number 5. This is Life Goes On. I didn't personally know how life could go on after losing my daughter, but I would never want to waste her memories. And I think I've said this previously in podcasts. So I've learnt new ways and I celebrate things now instead of being mournful all the time whenever her name comes up or things happen. And to do this, I've had to change my mindset. I've done this by doing lots of meditation. And I think the main thing that's really helped me is I've started journaling. So every single morning, I will spend only 5-10 minutes and I write down what I'm really positive for the day. And then I write down the things I'd done the previous day, be it bad or really good. So everything gets written down, just in shorthand more than anything. I don't go into lots and lots of stories or anything like that. Unless there's something particularly I was really pleased with, then I'll go into a bit more detail. But by putting everything down and how I'm feeling and everything, it just rids your mind of going over and over things so that you don't dwell on things. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things with grief. You tend to dwell on all the sadness, and you need to start dwelling on all the positivity. What did that person bring to you? How did you enjoy doing things with them? And then you've got to obviously doing your journal. This really does help. And then when it comes to doing new things, you have to find things to do differently that you used to do with that person that you've lost. So it's like celebrations of Christmas, birthdays, Easter, anything that would have brought that person to you. You find different ways of doing things on that particular day. I know I don't spend Christmas nothing like that I used to do because it was always around Lizzie. So now we do totally different things on Christmas Day. Go for a walk. We don't open our presents first thing in the morning like we used to do. I know she will have obviously got older, so it would have probably changed anyway. But I've changed this from the first Christmas. And I needed to do that to get my mindset into a better place so that I could cope with Christmas, because I did always really enjoy Christmas. Same with her birthdays. When it's Lizzie's birthday now, I celebrate and have a drink for her and we remember all the really good times. It still can be very sad, and little things will trigger things off for me. But I try and always find something positive to think on that particular day and every day whenever I'm talking about her. And that's the difference when you keep thinking positively about that person. The sadness, it will always be there because you've lost that person within your life. But it definitely gets easier. I know now, I'm 11 years since I lost Lizzie. And I can now just talk about her freely, which I must admit I've always done. But when it's anniversaries and birthdays now, I don't sit there sobbing because I've got to carry on living my life. Yes, probably I may get a bit tearful. And it's usually because of things that somebody said to me. And it's nothing nasty. It's people just send lovely messages and things like that. And it just makes you gulp. And that's the way it happens. But I don't dwell on it and I don't get very upset now, where I used to do. I used to cry all day. And to me, when I've looked back at it and thought seriously about it, I've wasted that day where I should be remembering all the good times that I'd had with Liz. And also the other thing I found now is I'm doing webinars and talking to other people that are going through grief. And as I've always said, everybody grieves differently. Nobody's grief is the same. It doesn't matter if somebody else has lost a child, they will be grieving a different way to how you've lost a child. Or if they've lost a husband or wife or partner, they are grieving differently to the way that you do. Everybody grieves differently. But it's just to be mindful of each person's way of going through things. And so, as I say, that's why I've set up this Wednesday, in fact, we're doing a webinar. It's on Zoom, so that just to discuss different grief, and it's how to get to live through grief. I always think it's like a private group. And so I think other people talking with each other, it all helps. And then on the 1st of April, I've joined up with it's an organisation called The Circle, and it's for the whole of the world. Anybody can join. It's for females only, I'm afraid, for this one. But you can actually join and talk to other females that are going through grief. And you'll be able to find the links for all these on my website, and also on my Facebook pages. So if you have a look at mkblifecoach.com or MKB Life Coach on Facebook, you'll be able to find the links for these. Just so the main thing is, I think, is to get a really positive mindset. So always look for something positive each day. Doesn't matter how small it is. Find something positive each day. Do all your journaling. Write down each day what you're happy for, and then what were the good things out of the day before. If there were some bad things that happened, make sure you write those down. But the other thing you can do is put a cross through them, because it gets them rid of you, gets them out of your mind and everything. And then if you fancy joining the groups that I'm doing, please do so, because that would be lovely to see you on there. And anything that you're not too sure about, just drop me an email at mkblifecoach@gmail.com, and I will respond to any emails that come through. Also, if you'd like to join the newsletter, drop me an email and I can add you to the newsletters. The first one went out last week, but I can obviously update you for that one. And if you're looking for tickets for Wednesday's webinar, it's on Eventbrite, and it starts at 2:00, and it's how to live through grief. So please, the free tickets, so it would be great if you could join. There's a few left, and it would be really nice to speak to you then. So just take every day as it comes, look for positivity, and look at new ways of doing things, because it really will help you. So please leave comment on the podcast. It'd be great to hear from people, and I will do another one soon. Thank you.